Viakoo is the leader in IoT vulnerability remediation. They implement automated device cyber hygiene at scale to manage firmware, passwords, and certificates, enabling their customers to continuously defend their IoT attack surface at the lowest risk and cost. Today's presenter is John Gallagher, Vice President of Viakoo Labs. John, the floor is yours.
Thanks for the introduction, Kevin. Yeah, let's just get diving into today's topic. Critical infrastructure is something that Viakoo's been addressing for our whole history. Many of our customers, especially early customers, come from representative industries within critical infrastructure. And so we've got some both history and knowledge and experience I'd like to share today on that. Just to kind of quickly get into the topic, critical infrastructure is unique in the ability for threat actors to both address the cyber issues as well as physical access issues, right? Today, we're in a world that has global conflicts flaring up seemingly left and right. And that means that, critical infrastructure in particular has some concerns, right? Hacktivists want to make an impact. Critical infrastructure is a vehicle for that. Nation states, for many years actually, have been targeting critical infrastructure and trying to create environments where they have some degree of control and access into them. And fundamentally, what I'll point to, and many of our customers really are driven by, is that physical access does lead to cyber issues and cyber breaches. So ensuring that your physical security is maintained at the highest level of posture is actually the same as making sure that you're also maintaining your cyber profile and cybersecurity risk posture. So that's where Viakoo's technology functionally really is directed towards helping organizations. And let me speak directly to the outcomes we deliver. Right, the first is service assurance, ensuring your systems are working. With respect to physical security, we eliminate missing video. We make sure that your access control systems are always working, and most importantly, we give you some look ahead. So that if we see systems degrading, we'll give you a fix-it plan, so that you can maintain them in a way that they'll never fail, or that they won't fail based on the conditions we're seeing. The second outcome we deliver is on cyber hygiene, making sure that firmware, password, certificates are all maintained and managed to maintain your security at the highest possible level. And in a little bit, we'll get into some of the lifecycle management aspects and ensuring that you're always on top of what devices and systems have vulnerabilities that need to be addressed. And then finally, compliance, right? All of our customers in the critical infrastructure space, this is a key requirement. It's definitely something that absorbs a lot of resources. Viakoo makes it easy and push button. It's a very direct environment for gaining access to historical data, as well as for being able to generate reports on an ongoing basis to ensure compliance. Now, a bit about our architecture. I won't dwell on this. I'd encourage you to go to viakoo.com, sign up for a demo. We're always happy to jump on a Zoom and go through it. But essentially, the path that we follow is that we put a small bit of software, what we call actors, onto typically in physical security a recording server, but it's really an application server within your segmented network. Once you have our agents installed, it takes a few minutes. We automatically generate all of the data that follows. There's no data entry, and we're taking a regular polling cycle, gathering up metadata, never the real data, never video, for example, or access logs. And we apply reasoning to it using an analytics engine, and you have visibility then into your infrastructure through our web UI. This can be hosted in the cloud, which is where most of our customers operate, or it can be done on premise. Really doesn't matter too much. And we're also creating, by the way, with this, a two-way street, so that once we're getting insight and understanding of your environment, we can then direct the actions that need to be taken, such as firmware, software changes, password updates, and certificate deployments. And across this, we've been doing this for over 2 billion hours in production. We integrate with all of the major discovery engines, all of the other ancillary systems you might use in managing your systems. And we're also able to apply AI and machine learning, and increasingly will be doing that over time, given the vast amounts of data that we've been able to generate and absorb. Now, coming back to the outcomes, right? When we really look at how a system operates, sure, system performance is one part of it, the service assurance, cyber hygiene, compliance. Two other parts that I didn't mention at the beginning, but they're important outcomes. One is span of control, so that you really have the ability to operate globally, uh, taking action in a local region, but having that replicated across other regions. So that's really helping teams that are relatively small to operate at a big scale. The other thing is cost reduction, right? We've proven cost reduction models, cost avoidance models, and so forth. So again, if you're looking to engage, we'll deliver early on a sense as to how much you can save and the value delivered from our products. Um, Coming back to the outcomes, the other thing I'd like to start to summarize with is when you're looking at data gathering, it really needs to be push button at your fingertips. And it's for really multiple reasons. As I'm highlighting here, data that we automatically generate for you, such as end of warranty, end of support, end of life, that's really useful for managing your inventory, working with procurement, just effective operation control. The other two values that I'll highlight are things that are changing dynamically almost over time, which is where is the vulnerability within your system? How severe are those vulnerabilities? And we have a tie into the National Vulnerability Database, and we're constantly analyzing your system to see and show where vulnerabilities might lie. So just to conclude here, what makes Viakoo different is that we're not taking IoT devices and just looking at them. That's the left-hand side of this. And we do that, of course, but really where it gets more interesting is on the right-hand side. That's where enterprises live and where IoT devices are combined with applications and other devices to create a workflow. So taking a video camera, going through VMS, transversing a network, being put into storage. Viakoo's analyzing that entire workflow, and that's what we call a tightly coupled environment. And that's why our data gathering and analysis is really aimed at creating context, to identifying the key performance metrics, and guiding the governance of those systems, as well as remediation to be done very quickly and automatically. So again, if this has spurred your interest, please visit us at viakoo.com. Happy to go in personally even and show you some of the details that we weren't able to get to today. So again, thank you for your time and effort. And with that, I'll hand it back to you, Kevin.